Let's live in a world where Cooper Rush is the starting quarterback for the Cowboys again in the showdown game against Philadelphia. He has pulled off 4 straight. Can he beat the Birds?
I don't believe so. I think, really they're playing the varsity now. You talk about, the Eagles, they're second in offense, fourth in defense. You talk about the best offensive line. It's going to be the Dallas defense toughest test that they've had the entire year. You talk about the running game. I just think that you're going to force Cooper Rush to have to play football. He's not going to be able to hand off the ball. He's going to have to make plays down the field. And I think that opportunistic defense for the Philadelphia Eagles, led by 2 great cornerbacks on the outside and tremendous pass rushers, I think that's too much for him to handle.
Talk about Cooper Rush, D. Wood. If you're going into this game and he's your quarterback, what are you telling him we need from you to beat Philadelphia Sunday night?
First of all, you can't turn the ball over. That's where it all starts with any quarterback, but especially for a guy like that. Don't give the ball away to the Philadelphia Eagles. Can't give them extra opportunities. And then it's got to be the same formula. Like, if you're Dallas Cowboys, why change anything? I know you're going against the Philadelphia Eagles. Philadelphia Eagles undefeated. They're great. But if I'm the Dallas Cowboys, it's going to be more the same medicine. I'm going to run the football. I'm just going to keep running and putting my quarterback in a situation where, hey, play here, play there, play good defense. That's got to be the recipe to win this game.
What do you think, Nate?
Well, the Cowboys got to stay ahead of the sticks. And what I mean is on first down, they have to win on first down. So if you're the Eagles, if I was the defensive coordinator, I'm walking into the room, I'm saying, listen, on first down, we got to stop the run. Yeah. If you're the Cowboys with your backup quarterback, you want to establish a good, strong running game on first down. So that keeps second and third downs more manageable. If you look at a play call sheet, they have a list of second and 2s, second and 3s, third and 1s, third and 5s. All those are really easy. Third and 10 plus, that's hard. That's when the OC's like, man, what do we have here? We only have a minimal amount of plays. So for the Cowboys to win this game, I think they have to run the ball early. They have to establish the run. And then for the Eagles, it really comes down to stopping the run, get them in longer down and distances. Then defense, so you can pin your ears back and let your defense go to work.
I really like it when we give things to the fans to look for specifically. If the Cowboys can run the ball on first down, assuming Cooper Rush is the quarterback, it's a huge factor in the game. Meantime, let me just show you the numbers on the Dallas defense, because this is what the opposing quarterback is up against. I think we have those here. The Dallas D has been getting after the QB this year. It's been extraordinarily well documented, right? Micah Parsons and everybody. They're second in the league in sacks. They pressure the quarterback 39% of the dropbacks. That is the second best in the league. Opposing quarterbacks average fewer than 6 yards per attempt this season. Only the Eagles defense has a better mark. So it's strength against strength in that regard. But Dan Graziano, let's talk about what's at stake for Jalen Hurts here. He's the story of the league for the first portion of the season. He's answered a lot of questions. But does he need this game to answer them all?
I think this is all upside for Jalen Hurts. I think if he wins this game and performs well and beats the Cowboys, who everybody, at this monster defense is coming in, that's only one more mark in his favor. I think if he gets beat up by the Cowboys front like everybody else has, then it's kind of back to the drawing board and they're tied and they'll get him again a few months down the road. But no, I think this is an opportunity for Jalen Hurts to really establish himself in that MVP conversation and obviously as the solution for the Eagles going forward. I will say this, though. We're talking about that matchup up front.
Yeah.
There were 4 Eagles offensive linemen on the injury report yesterday. And they're all listed as limited, but it was an estimated injury report. They didn't practice. They only had a walkthrough because the coach is worried they're a little banged up. So that's something to watch.
Okay, so something to keep an eye on. Here's what I want to get from my defensive guys up here right now. So the Dallas pass rush, they've been spectacular. We just showed you the numbers. Micah Parsons right now is in the MVP of the league conversation. But the dynamic athleticism of Jalen Hurts, to what degree does that nullify that? How does Hurts' ability to run with the ball, as well as almost any quarterback in the league, impact the Cowboys' ability to get after him?
If you don't get home when you blitz an athletic quarterback, it could be 88 and out the gate. Also, playing cover one is tough because if you turn your back, he's just going to take off knowing that, Jalen Hurts forces you to play 11 on 11. Because he can be a carrier of the football. Usually when you play, it's usually the quarterback hands the ball off, so you're facing 10 against 11. You talk about the weapons he has on the outside. This is going to be a test for Diggs as well to see if he is a lockdown cornerback, because going against Brown, that's a man out there. That's a guy that can physically embarrass you in the run game. This is going to be set up by the run by them as well. And if I'm the Philadelphia Eagles, I run at Parsons. You don't run away from him. You don't pass the ball. I wear him down with body blows early and see if he can stand up to our great offensive line.
What is the defense think? The Cowboy defense, this is the most athletic quarterback they faced so far by far. Matt Stafford, you know where he's going to be standing. Yep. Obviously not the case here.
I would use Parsons to your advantage, and what I would try and do is break the pocket. So have some inside moves from your defensive ends and use Parsons as a mirror guy, but not waiting for Hurts to get out and run. The second he moves left or right, you go and get him, you attack. Because really, as a pass rusher on the edge, the worst place you can be with a mobile quarterback is behind the quarterback. So you see it every single week. These defensive ends, outside linebackers, they rush up the field, and what does a quarterback do? They step up, then they get out. Well, then that puts a ton of pressure on your secondary. So what you need is somebody to make an inside move to break the pocket, and then a fast, athletic guy like Parsons that can track down the quarterback that's got speed and go get him.
D. Wood, does he have to prove it to you? He's proved a lot, Jalen Hurts. But what's at stake for him in the biggest game that they've had so far? What's at stake for him today?
I think validation to me. Like, I think if he goes out there and he wins this game, he plays well against this Dallas Cowboys defense, I think stamp it. Stamp it for Jalen Hurts, in my opinion, because he's checked a lot of boxes along the way now, and he goes out here in the biggest game of his career. This is the biggest game of his career. Forget the playoff game. To me, this is the biggest game of his career. He goes out and plays well against the Dallas Cowboys. Stamp it.
I haven't seen the picks yet. Let's see. We asked everybody who they think is going to win this game.
I don't like that.
Whoa!
Oh boy!
Oh, I love it. I love it. How about them Cowboys? Put that up on the screen. It's Jerry Jones' birthday today, by the way. It's Jerry's 80th birthday. Put that up on the screen in their bulletin board, Mike McCarthy. You're going to love it. Everybody here likes the bird. Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.